What's up guys, and welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm Charles Aller, and today I'm just going to show you a behind the scenes of how I take my self-portraits. So my process is kind of like 3 steps. The first is kind of conceptualizing and going out and buying the items. The second is modifying those items to fit the shoot, and the third is actually shooting. So I'm going to show you guys all 3 of those today, and we're just going to make a new self-portrait from scratch. I'm pretty excited about it. So first up, I pretty much always start by going to Salvation Army, particularly on Wednesdays because it's half price and I need to save money. So yeah, we're going to start there. Alright, first stop, Salvation Army on a Wednesday. We got half price, and I'm just going to kind of see what props, what clothes I can find. Let's get it. So personally, I always like to start by looking at the jackets and sweaters. I feel like they look best in pictures normally because they're a little more interesting, and they tend to fit me better because I can go with a little bit of an oversized fit, which helps because I'm pretty short. The first thing that caught my eye was actually this denim jacket. It had this kind of cool patch on it, and I definitely thought it had some potential. So the second thing I saw was this green sweater, and I actually recognized it from being at Salvation Army the week prior. But I decided to go for it this time because I thought that it could also be a good option. So kind of part 2 to this phase is I also look for props at Salvation Army. They're really cheap and they have a lot to choose from. So definitely don't stop at clothes and get some items to complement them. I'm pretty sure someone changed a diaper in here. So I ended up going with the green sweater. The denim jacket was just too big for me, but I ended up buying both because they're like $2, and I don't know, I could do something with the denim jacket in the future maybe. My next step is normally going to my local Michaels, and this is where I get whatever I need to alter the item. So maybe it's dye or thread to, kind of hem the length or sleeves. Just whatever to kind of make it a little more personal. For props, maybe I'll buy paint to change the color. This week, all I really needed from there was a backdrop, but I also went ahead and got some black thread just because I was running low. So yeah, as I said, getting backdrops from Michaels is actually a way cheaper way of getting a decent solid color backdrop. They're like $10 compared to a $40 seamless, and honestly, they do just as good of a job. Alright, so really all I have to do is just clean this frame off. So I'm gonna get to work on that. I'm gonna remove the backing, get the spots off of it, and we're good to go. Man, I'll never understand why companies put like stickers on parts of items that it won't come off on. Put it on the side. Okay, so my next step, I'm gonna go ahead and change this out for paper, the one we bought at Michaels. And then I'm gonna get the lights set up, and probably from there start working on some posing and seeing what composition I want, and yeah. The one thing about these backdrops is they can be a little tricky to put on alone. If anything, just have someone help you. It's not too challenging, or you can just cut one and tape it up to a wall. That works just as well. No. The one thing you do have to be careful about is the weight of the paper. Once you start pulling it down, Definitely have clips ready so you avoid what I did right there, which is all the paper comes down at once and it kind of gets wrinkled. It doesn't matter too much, you can Photoshop it out, but it's better to not have it. Okay, so my light's all set up. We're just basically firing a bare flash into a white reflector with a white background here. I'm gonna go get changed into the outfit that we got, and then I should be ready to shoot, and I'll show you guys kind of my process for actually like shooting the images. Fit check. Oh yeah. Okay guys, everything is set. So basically what I do for posing here is I'll just put my camera on intervalometer mode, which takes pictures every however long you set it. That's at least on the Fuji X-T2. If you don't have it on your camera, you could probably get like a separate item that allows you to do it. Not entirely sure. I don't know if my Sony could do it when I had a Sony. I didn't do as many self-portrait things back then. But basically with this setup, since I'm firing this bare flash directly in here and my camera's right here, I'm getting a little bit of a light leak, but I actually kind of like the look of it. It adds just a little flair to it, so it's not quite so bland, not just a person on a white background. So yeah, I'm gonna set this up so you can see what I'm doing, and basically I'll set it on intervalometer mode and just pose myself for however long until I think I get a good picture. As far as posing, there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to pose yourself. Honestly, just interact with what's around you and change the way your head is looking, give it a few different expressions. You should be good to go. It gets better as you keep doing it, so like anything, it's practice. I did do a few more poses than just what you see here, but this is a good example of what I might do. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole process that I do to take a self-portrait. It's nothing new, nothing innovative really. It's just kind of coming up with an idea, making it yours, and then taking the picture. So these are actually some of my favorite self-portraits I've taken like ever so far. So let's go ahead and go over a few of them. So the first shot is just a pretty simple 2/3 body shot. I kind of held the frame up like this, took the picture, and I like how simple it is. You can also see the reflection of the camera in the frame, which I think is pretty cool. Next up, we have this shot, and I didn't compose it like this in camera, more so in editing with cropping, but I really like how tight this one is. It's a little different from my normal work. I wouldn't normally crop stuff like this. Again, you can see the reflection, and I don't know, this actually ended up being one of my favorite shots because of the cropping that I wouldn't normally do. The third shot I'm going to show in this video is just this one, which I didn't intentionally take at all. The composition of this was completely an accident. It was much wider like the other ones, but I actually cropped it down and got this kind of detailed shot of the reflection. I really like how this one ended up because it's just a lot different from all the others. That's the beauty of digital photography. You have so many pictures and you crop them so much. Sometimes you kind of find gems like this that you enjoy. And finally, the last one I'm going to show here is just me kind of framing up a shot like a cinematographer. There's a lot of camera related elements in this. I'm quite literally framing myself, and then I'm kind of like framing a shot, and then you can also see the reflection of the camera. So this one is also probably one of my favorites just because of how much camera related stuff there is in it. So yeah, that's all I'm going to show right now. If you want to see a few more, definitely check out my Instagram at Charles Zoller. I'm going to be posting just a couple more on there, and I have a ton of other work there as well. I hope you guys enjoyed a little behind the scenes into my process. This was super fun to make. I'm hoping to make them like weekly. So yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like so I know, and more importantly, comment what you liked or didn't like so I can fix it or keep doing more of it. And if you want to see more videos to come, feel free to subscribe. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. That's a little weird to say because this is the first one and like this is a new thing, but it's cool.